Meanwhile, the House Oversight Committee releasing its list of witnesses for the first Biden impeachment inquiry hearing. That hearing is happening Thursday this week. Here are the witnesses: forensic accountant Bruce Dubinsky, former Assistant Attorney General Eileen O'Connor, and law professor Jonathan Turley will be the first witnesses at that hearing Thursday. Meanwhile, Miranda Devine reporting that the missing witness in the Biden corruption probe, Gal Luft, who she's written about many times and has interviewed, has, quote, offered new evidence to the House impeachment inquiry about an FBI mole who tipped off Hunter that his Chinese partners had been named in a sealed indictments back in 2017. Joining me right now is the woman herself, New York Post columnist, Fox News contributor, Miranda Devine. Miranda, always a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much for being here this morning.
Pleasure, Maria. I think this is quite significant, this new information from Gal Luft, who obviously is a fugitive. He's skipped bail in Cyprus when he was being held for extradition to the United States, and he's since been indicted for FARA violations and gun running, which he denies. So to get that out of the way, but it doesn't mean that his information isn't spot on, and it's checked out so far. This new information that he's offered to the impeachment inquiry is basically giving us a bit more input into that WhatsApp message that Hunter Biden sent to shake down his Chinese business partners at that energy company CEFC. This was in July of 2017, and his laptop pinpoints him as being in Delaware at the time. And he basically says, if you don't give me the money, I've got my father sitting next to me, and between the two of us, we'll make your life hell. And it's a very strong and insistent WhatsApp message. Well, that very evening, one of Hunter's business partners from CEFC, called Patrick Ho, got a phone call from Shanghai and was told, drop everything and get out of the United States. They'd had a tip-off from Hunter Biden's FBI mole, alleged, that there were 4 sealed indictments at the Southern District of New York, which named those Chinese executives from CEFC who were Hunter Biden's business partners. And so the very day that Hunter Biden is threatening and saying, well, we have to talk about this highly sensitive and confidential matter, and saying he's sitting next to his father, that very day, within hours, Patrick Ho is told to leave town, leave the country. And in fact, the next day, Patrick Ho gets on a plane for Hong Kong, doesn't come back to the United States for several months. And then another thing that Gal Luft is disclosing, because he talks to Patrick Ho often, who's in Hong Kong, is that just in a couple of months after Patrick Ho went to Hong Kong, he gets a visit from Hunter Biden and Jim Biden, his uncle, Joe Biden's younger brother. And they ask Patrick Ho to buy them 2 burner phones. And then they tell him, look, the coast is clear, you can come back to the United States. So in a little while, Patrick Ho gets on a plane, comes back to New York, and immediately is arrested at JFK Airport by the Southern District of New York and charged with bribery and money laundering, which he was later convicted for.
Wow, this is just an incredible story. And I don't know what is more outrageous, all the money that the Biden family apparently has taken in, according to the Republicans, or the cover-up that is clearly underway at the Department of Justice. We saw the Attorney General testify just last week in Jim Jordan's Judiciary Committee. And now that committee is expected to hear testimony from Special Counsel David Weiss and other key Justice Department officials. Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan told me that on Sunday Morning Futures on Sunday. Here's a bit of that. Watch.
We're going to continue to dig. We're going to continue to do our constitutional duty of oversight. And as the Speaker announced 2 weeks ago, we are now in an impeachment inquiry phase of that oversight. So we've got a number of witnesses at DOJ we want to depose. And David Weiss is committed to come in front of the committee on October 18th.
So, Miranda, David Weiss is coming October 18th. That Merrick Garland interview the other day was laughable. I loved your piece on it. I mean, the fact that he says he could not recollect whether or not he's even spoken about this investigation, the Hunter Biden investigation, was just beyond.
It really was. And also, he just speaks out of both sides of his face. He, on the one hand, says, oh, no, I stand by my previous commitment that David Weiss had complete authority, full authority, ultimate authority. He always changes the adjective. But on the other hand, yes, I agree that he couldn't press forward with charges unless other US attorneys in Washington, D.C. and California partnered with him. But he then said, oh, no, he wasn't blocked. It's different being blocked to not being partnered with. I mean, there's no difference, obviously. So it's just, coy semantics. And also, when it comes to David Weiss, there was that commitment that he would go before the Judiciary Committee on October 18. I believe that's now been changed. I think they're now a bit vague. David Weiss says, oh, yes, I'll come, but I'm just too busy at the moment. The Department of Justice resources are too stretched for me to make a firm commitment about exactly when. So he's kicked that can down the road somewhat.
Yeah.